Okay. Number one killer of all organizations. First, anybody heard of this company, Blockbuster? It was a US chain. Anybody heard of Blockbuster?
No.
Okay. So Blockbuster was basically a big retail chain in the US where they used to basically rent DVDs and sell DVDs. And this was back in 2000, 2004. It was a very popular chain back in the USA. Now, around 2002 or 2003, I'm not sure, around this time, the founder of Netflix was not doing too well. So he approached the president of Blockbuster and he said, I want to sell my company to you. So the president of Blockbuster said what? That your product is not innovative and streaming services have no future. Cable DVDs have, only DVD rentals have a future. So now what happened was 10 years, 20 years down the line, Blockbuster actually completely shut down and Netflix is what? It is the largest video streaming company in the world apart from for premium services. It's the largest video streaming company in the world. So why do you think this happened? Why do you think this happened? What is the number one killer for the organization? What do you think is the number one killer?
Adaptability.
That helps them survive. What is the killer?
Customer service is not taken care of.
Complacency.
Change.
Overconfidence.
Overconfidence, complacency. In other words, it means what?
Mind block.
Okay, so anyway, the number one killer for organizations, also the number one killer for civilizations, and you've already given the answer. Let me ask you, what kind of water body remains fresh, new, and clean? What kind of water body?
Running
On
water.
that,
Running water. Running water.
flowing. And what happens to stagnant water?
Contaminated.
All bodies that are stagnant, they eventually begin to stink, and that is true even for organizations and civilizations, right? Any organization, not just a water body, any organization, any civilization also, if you look at the history of civilization, if it does not keep growing and adapting, it becomes stagnant, and when they become stagnant, they eventually begin to die. Stagnancy means what? What does stagnancy mean? Tell me.
टाइम के साथ ये फ्लो नहीं करता
Rigidity.
limited to the existing business
No progress. No progress.
not diversification
Okay. Yes.
Inward looking organization.
Okay.
self content
To a certain degree, maybe. Stagnancy is the unwillingness to change and seeking stability instead of growth. Now, for a lot of people say stability is a good thing. Stability is a good thing. But do you really think stability is a good thing?
Stability and change is good thing.
Do you really think stability is a good thing? Do you think that just being stable is going to help somebody succeed in the long term?
stability is required
Stable growth,
Cannot,
absolutely.
overlook it.
Stability is mostly a myth. You are either moving forward or you're going backwards. आज या तो better हो रहे हो या worse हो रहे हो. You might think you are stable, but you are either getting better or you're getting worse. In fact, the only place where stability is a good thing is in the hospital. Hospital में stable होना चाहिए. Stable नहीं होगा तो फिर आप चले जाओगे, right? Hospital में you should be stable, but even in the hospital, let me ask you, do you want to be stable or do you want to be discharged? Discharged, right? So stability is mostly a myth. The sliding back will hardly be noticeable at first, and this is true for anything. It's true for fitness, it's true for career growth, it's true for anything. शुरुआत में it will not be noticeable. It's like a slow, something insidious is going on. In the beginning, it will not be noticeable, but eventually it will become so hard to handle if you ignore it in the beginning that the organization dies or the individual himself or herself cannot recover because they have made themselves so stagnant. If you allow the water body to move little bit, it will still not sink. But if it completely becomes tries to be stable तो हो जाएगा, but it will begin to sink. So this is not what we wanted. Even after retirement, in fact, you should not be stable. You should try to do something to. Let me tell you. When I made the film I was talking about, I actually interviewed a guy who was the chairman of an organization. Now he happened to be the chairman of a private organization, but anyway, that's beside the point. He said that whenever he went to certain events, people used to, and he was around 65 or something, people used to ask him, when are you retiring? When are you retiring? And he said, as long I know this is not going to be applicable in government organizations. You are going to technically retire, but you don't have to mentally retire. Are you getting my point? What he said was that I am going to retire the day they carry me out horizontally. जब ब्राह्म नाम सत्याग्रह करेंगे तभी उसी दिन रिटायर होगा. Because retirement means you vegetate. I need to be on the top of my mind. Now he ran a private organization, so he could obviously work if he wanted. But my point is, we need to also have the same mentality, not just say that okay, 60 पे हमारा सब कुछ खत्म हो गया. Fact.
But short-term stability is obviously required.
Short-term stability is required.
Otherwise, continuously moving will at times result into jams when there are short passages.
Sure. So stability means what? Let's say you go from first floor to second floor. You rest for a second or some time. But if you stay there, then you are never going to go to the top floor. That's the point. Right?
But my point is that whenever that first floor is not stable, then how can you move to the second or third floor? Then you have to make the first floor stable. Na? Stability
He's talking about walking upwards. We're not talking about building. In this example, we're talking about walking upwards, not about building the floor. But of course, if we are building a floor, then that
Exactly, that is happening. That
True.
will happen.
True. So my point here is, stability is a good short-term goal. It could be, yes. But if you stay there, then you not have stagnated. Okay. Now one fact. Since 2000, 52% of everybody heard of this Fortune 500. You know what Fortune 500 is, right? For 500 companies in the world. 50% of the companies in Fortune 500 have either gone bankrupt, or they have stopped existing, or they have dropped off the list because they became overconfident and failed to adapt. Many government organizations might also be a part, are many examples of many government organizations because they either became overconfident. Even economies, Sri Lanka में आपको पता है what is happening? Fuel prices have peaked. There is a huge amount of inflation. We are complaining about inflation here. Over there, it's like every day tea prices are rising by 10%, 20% every single day. So this is happening even to economies, not just organizations. Because they stagnate, they make bad decisions. So the company, anyone, when they become overconfident or they fail to adapt, they begin to stagnate. So confidence is not always a great thing. I am going to say something different here. Too much confidence is also a bad thing.
This is too much applicable to our company. We are forced to put our head inside the mouth of our.
Passion is a thing. Family. So too much confidence is also a bad thing. You have to have confidence. Confidence has to be backed by what? Skill. Skill and confidence, they go hand in hand. Anyway, if you are not expanding and adapting, time will kill you, or the competitor will. This applies to organization and individuals as well. Quick exercise. What are your views on some of the trends in the agriculture insurance industry globally? Any trend that is happening even nationally, changing trends, or happening globally, write down about that and debate on how EIC can adapt and thrive in changing times. Quickly, please.
The same thing that dependency on government for our business now will be shifting that it is our business, we need to procure our business independently.
Right.
And firstly, it was just kind of administrative work was there. Now more marketing and acquiring business, we need to change. That is a major change.
पहले क्या था, खाना हाथ में मिल जाता था, अब जाके खाना आपको लेना पड़ेगा।
अभी ह्यूज मार्केट
छीनना पड़ेगा,
हाँ राइट
छूटना पड़ेगा, छीनना पड़ेगा, प्रोक्योर करना पड़ेगा, जो भी थाली में नहीं मिलना। And this is happening. See, India is now going towards a capitalistic society. It's not completely capitalistic yet, but it is. That is the trend. एक टाइम पे हॉस्पिटल फ्री में जा सकते हैं, आज देखो हॉस्पिटल जाओगे 50 लाख के खर्चे आ जाते हैं। So whether it's good or whether it's bad, we don't know, but that is the truth. If we want to survive, we have to have more of a business mindset, because that is what I'm not saying वो जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ है बुरा हुआ है, I'm not want to say comment on, but that is the fact. That is the fact of life. If we have to survive, we have to adopt more of a business mindset. Okay.
एग्रीकल्चर इंश्योरेंस में अभी जैसे मार्केट ग्रोथ के कारण कंपटीशन काफी ज्यादा बढ़ गया है
जी।
हाँ, जैसे सब ने कहा कि मतलब थोड़ा कट कंपटीशन हर जगह रेट प्रीमियम रेट जो हम लोग देते हैं मतलब काफी टाइम डाउन करके देना पड़ता है एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द रेट एज पर द मार्केट नीड और जो क्लेम हम
मैं आपको एक और एक अच्छी एग्जांपल देता हूं मैं, अच्छा बोलो बुरा बोलो जो भी, we not get into too much into what happened, why it happened, but there was a time maybe a couple of years ago that BSNL was having a hard time even paying salaries. Why did it happen?
They took competition not so seriously.
They were a government organization, but they were still having a hard time. It's quite unheard of in a government organization that this is happening. Why did it happen?
they have not adopted the right technology at right time.
So, apart from leaving macroeconomic side, there was an element of lack of business mindset in BSNL. That is why these things happen. And we don't want to rely only on macroeconomic factors. We also want to improve our own microeconomic factors.
Yeah.
Right? We also, so that the customer trusts us. Okay. Why you need to be far-sighted to survive? Why you need to be far-sighted to survive? Let me tell you a story. So there was, there happened to be a river, and a group of people, they were going close to the river, and what they saw there was that a baby was flowing down the river stream. It was just flowing down the river stream. The baby was flowing down the river stream. So quickly, one person went inside and saved the baby. But when he saved the baby, he saw there were two more babies that were being, in a basket that were being pushed down the stream. So more people went and they tried to save the babies. Then they saw four more babies were coming in. So everybody in the group went into the river trying to save the babies. But one person started heading north. And then the whole group started shouting, you are so, cruel, and you are not trying to save the baby. What are you doing? You are not trying to save the baby. You are so cruel. You are so wrong. Why are you doing this? So what was his response?
So it was going to what cause?
He said, I am going to the north to see who the hell is releasing these babies in the water.
That's what I told you. That
Going straight to the source. Because right now you're just firefighting. If you can firefighting. But if you find out the source, then you are able to solve problems well. And that is a basic element of being far-sighted. Okay, let's go again into the past. Let's say you are in the 19th century and you are a candle maker. How would you ensure that you are the most profitable company in this business? What are some of the things you can do?
Lasting long.
I will put off the electricity.
Okay, what else? What are some ways in which one can improve their business?
Daily need.
In the 19th century.
It's a daily need. Right?
Hmm?
Daily need. So
Okay. Anyone else?
Competitive price for the product.
Yeah.
Competitive price for candles. Okay, that is how they can grow the business.
Longevity of the candle.
Longevity of the candle. Anyone from there? Any input from you? How can they improve their the profitability of the business?
Not only providing the light, but by adding fragrance to that, just making the environment.
Adding fragrance to that, okay, something sideways, lateral also.
Easy accessible.
Easy access.
Diversification, using it in.
What kind of diversification?
Using the candles in other than the lights, like making artifacts and all that. We use candles.
Okay.
Proper advertisement.
Okay.
Packaging,
Remember,
colorful.
we are talking about the 19th century again.
Lead based
How
advertisement.
can somebody who's in this kind of a business maximize their profit eventually? Long term, if not short term, then long term.
Lack of electricity at that time. At that time like this, lack of electricity.
Add what?
Power.
Power. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Stop the competition.
Stop the-
Necessity, sir.
Alternate.
Increase the need.
Backup of.
Okay. Many people, they start thinking, you can just stop it because anyway. This is what it, you can just stay there and I'll ask you to restart the video again later. Okay, so many people, they have this idea that we can improve better candles, we can have better distribution, we can add fragrance, we can have all these, make it look more beautiful and all that. But who would be the person who would make the maximum kind of profit in this kind of business? Somebody who would invent the bulb. Do you not agree? Eventually, in the long term, who would have the maximum kind of, profit in this kind of industry? Would it be somebody who has better distribution of candles? Would it be somebody who adds fragrance to the candles or makes them look prettier? Or would it be somebody who invents the bulb? Invents the bulb. Maybe it will not immediately lead to a profit, but over a long term, that is going to establish. Because you have to understand, you are not in the candle making business. You are in what?
Light.
In the artificial lighting business. So you have to think long term. Many people will say we are in the insurance business, crop insurance business, whatever. That's okay. That might be the title, but you have to think a little more long term.
Financial security to the farming community.
आप मुझे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर लीजिए पहले आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर लीजिए ये भी अपडेट हो गया लेकिन पॉइंट इज उस समय लैटरल सोचना जरूरी था
But the question confined us to think like that. The question confined us to think while being in candle business only how we can maximize.
यही तो trick है. That is the trick. How can we think outside the box? That's the whole point. How can we maximize the profit? And that's why one of the reasons why everything was 19th century, not 21st century. 19th century में how would you maximize your profit in this kind of business?
I'm sure that scientists would not have thought of making it for business. You would have thought for a better.
But that depends on the scientist actually.
No, definitely Edison.
Edison was a hardcore businessman. He was more of a businessman than an inventor actually. But anyway, let's.
No, is it not the same product improvement through R&D?
Not necessarily, because product improvement through R&D would mean that we are taking the same concept and we are making it incrementally better. But here, what we are trying to do is trying to move in surges exponentially better. Now, you cannot make a candle exponentially better, no matter what you do. That only happens through lateral thinking. For example, you can only improve the mileage of a car to a level using petrol. The only way you can truly improve the ensure that you don't need to use petrol at all is by trying to create what electric cars, right? If you truly want to truly want to get ahead of competition, you are not going to do it through incremental improvement, right? If Nokia, Motorola and all these companies, they just kept making phones with better memory, better something, better, but it was only a keypad kind of a basic phone, there's only till a certain level that these companies could go. But somebody like an Apple, when they came up with something completely revolutionary, that was completely unheard of at that time, smartphone, the kind of features that they gave, that was an exponential improvement over what was in the market at that time. That was an exponential improvement, and for that you need to be far-sighted. And think, how do you become far-sighted? You become far-sighted by getting clear on what business you are in. So, true leaders figure out ways to move forward in surges. Generally, most managers, we move forward only in increments. But do you not think that managers... See, manager is not... People think that manager is a title. People think that manager is an identity. Manager is not an identity. Managing is a skill. And along with managing, you can also have a leadership skill. Do you not agree? Why are we only boxing ourselves into saying that we are managers and we are only going to manage? As a manager also you can be a leader, and leader also always thinks about in surges, not just in increments. Managing is also a skill. Managing is, we get to something in the day-to-day operations, we need to manage that. I'm not saying you have to stop managing that. At the same time, think little laterally also how to move forward in surges. Because sometimes everybody says managing खराब होता है, leading अच्छी होती है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Both are different important skills. Both are important skills, and you need to have both depending on time to time. So, true leaders understand that when you are doing what everyone else is doing, you have tons of competition, but when you go into uncharted territory and create something of value, you eliminate competition. And that only happens with innovation. But innovation can be कुछ तरीके होते हैं, you cannot do blind innovation. I'll share some ways. So, how to be far-sighted, how to be a little innovative. Number one, as I have discussed, get crystal clear on what business you are really in. Get crystal clear on what business you are really in. What business is this?
Transportation.
This is the transportation business. Most people will say this is a
charity business.
Horse carriage business. And one who identifies themselves only in the business of horse carriages will try to improve and make more horse carriages. And then their business will stagnate when somebody invents a car. So do not limit yourself by saying we are in this business, only in the crop insurance business. That is the activity that you are doing today, but that is not the business you are in. Crop insurance is the activity you are doing today as a part of your job, but that is not the real business you are in. Now you have to think about what is the real business you are in. So again, let's ask, what businesses are they in? E-commerce websites, what businesses are they?
They are just giving a platform.
Market for platform.
What business are they really in?
Digital marketing and software business.
Trading.
Marketing
Software is a
platform.
platform, but that is not the business they are in.
Sale purchase transaction.
Buy and sell trading.
They are in the business of giving maximum convenience to the customer.
Service.
Less time, quick activity. They don't have to leave the house. They don't have to go out and buy the product. They are in the business of getting fast and convenient shopping experience at generally a lower than retail price, although now they are many times they are at the equal price. Residential real estate, what business are they in? Really in?
Easing the housing, providing the house to the people.
But that is the That is the housing, that is the business they are in technically. But what is the real long-term goal of such kind of a business, residential real estate?
Reducing the
That's a
cost.
continuity.
Reducing the cost.
No, that is not the goal.
Shelter to the PPT.
What business are they really?
Continuity of
Basic,
business.
one of the basic need
It
of.
will be continue.
Fulfilling one of the basic needs, which means selling dreams of owning your own home. Apna ghar. They are in that business, selling dreams of owning your own home. That is the business they are in. They are not in the business of lowering cost. Definitely not. They are in the business of selling the dream of owning your own home. Study abroad services. What is the business that they are really in?
Adding the job opportunity.
Widening the horizon on education opportunities.
Anyone?
Remote studying abroad.
Going there, yeah. You have to there, yeah.
It is upgrading our lifestyle, like.
Again, improvement over there also. Yes.
It is also
Income security.
Okay.
compete with world international level.
Okay.
Value addition to education.
They are in the business of basically selling the dream of having a comfortable and high growth life abroad. They are in the process, they are basically selling the dream of living a comfortable life abroad or selling the dream of having a high growth career abroad. Because many times people also have an issue that India mein career growth might be slow. Selling the dream of having a comfortable life abroad, selling the dream of having a fast career abroad. Not just university. Universities are selling. Universities, okay, that is a part of their day-to-day job. But the real dream that they are selling is settling abroad, having a comfortable life abroad, having a fast career abroad. So you have to be clear on what business you are really in. If you are only trying to innovate within the officially designated name of the products, it is impossible to create new groundbreaking products or services. As you will not think outside the box. If you are only trying to innovate within the officially designated products you provide, इसी में innovation करें, इसी में improvement करें, इसी में increment करें, you cannot create new groundbreaking products. That's impossible to do, as you cannot think outside the box. Now I'm going to say something a little bit contradictory. So I said you have to be innovative, and all that. What are we talking about here? First of all, we're talking about how to be far-sighted in business. So, while being far-sighted in business, what is the second thing that we can consider? It's going to be a little contradictory to what I said earlier, but just hear me out. When we think of innovation, we think that we have to be 100% original. We should be completely original. As idea, nobody should have had such kind of an idea or something like that. But guess what? If you try to be 100% original, you are likely to. You are actually likely to fail. If you try to be 100% original and do something completely new that has never been done before, never even been thought of, some of these innovative ideas do succeed, but many of them also fail. Now I'll just give you a few stories. So you do not need to be 100% original. You can and should build upon what has been proven to be successful, maybe in some other market, maybe in the international market, maybe in another segment of the market. Because when you replicate that, then also, let me just give you an example. So it's not copying, it's just refining things a little bit. Let me give you an example. Google. Do you think Google is the first search engine in the world? What were some of the search, but is it the best search engine in the world? It is the best search engine in the world. People say first mover advantage. Many times if you are in the first mover advantage, first mover okay, fail ho jate ho. So it's not just about first mover advantage also, it's about being the best solution for your customer. Whether you're first, whether you're last, it doesn't matter. Giving an example here, when Jio entered into the market, Reliance Jio, it was not the first mover. Was it the first mover? No. But at that time, it provided the best solution to the customers. So it's about being the best solution to the customer. That is more important than just being a first mover. Innovation is definitely a part of it, but those are Google se pehle what was some other search engines before Google?
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Bing.
Alta Vista. Bing came after Google actually. It's a Microsoft. Lycos, Excite, all these other, there were many search engines like that. And do we require any of those search engines? Do we use any of these? No. Bing also we use only because Microsoft forces us to use it. Otherwise, we would not use it. We use Google because, and Google is not 100% original. They based the search engine upon other search engines and what was lacking on those search engines, and then of course they thought exponentially and they thought laterally as to, okay, what is something that has not been provided within this category, and then they innovated within that category. But they did not try to be the first search engine. They knew that the market for search engines is there. They knew that search engines are making money. Yahoo was making money, Lycos was making money, all these search engines were making money. So they were actually using a proven model, but then making that proven model exponentially better. That is the goal. Facebook was the first social networking site. No, Orkut actually came around the same time. That's a different one. There was MySpace, there was Friendster, there were many Hi-Fi, there were many social networking sites. But Facebook, at that time, provided the best solution to the market. Apple did not invent the smartphone.
Sony.
Apple did not invent the smartphone. Smartphones have been they were not made actually by just one company. There was BlackBerry, and before BlackBerry, there were many other companies who have tried to experiment with creating smartphones. And there was also Xerox. Most of the innovations that Apple is known for, they actually started in a lab in Xerox. Xerox, photocopy company. They actually have a very innovative lab, and most of these innovations, Apple actually built upon those innovations. They were not patented by Xerox, they actually built upon those innovations. So, if you try to be 100% original, and again, Apple did not take a blind risk. They knew that the market for phones is there. Now, how can I provide something exponentially better? मतलब ऐसे कोई जमीन में जाके कोई they did not just come up with an idea nobody had thought of. They came up with something that there was a market for, and then tried to make it exponentially better. Now, in fact, I'll tell you what, Edison did not invent the light bulb. This was a huge myth. The light bulb was invented by a couple of other people. What Edison did was he succeeded in making he succeeded in making a commercially successful light bulb that would basically last for several hours. The problem with other light bulbs were they could not last long, only 1 hour, 2 hours. Edison succeeded in making a commercially successful light bulb. But everybody thinks that Edison is the inventor of the light bulb. He did not create the light bulb actually.
He created the functional light bulb, that's all.
Commercially successful functional light bulb, and that would be actually be used. So no one is 100% original, and those who try to be original waste a tremendous amount of time and money. Your goal should be to take what is already existing, add improvements, but when I say improvements, exponential improvements, not just incremental improvements. Say incremental, I'll tell you what, Elon Musk actually said something very interesting. He said that when you come out with something in the market and your brand name is not known, in your case your brand name is known, in AIC's case brand name is known, but he said when you come out with something in the market and your brand name is not known, then your product better be exponentially better than all the other products in the market. Otherwise, nobody is going to buy it. Why do people buy Tesla? If Tesla was a petrol car, would anybody buy it? Nobody would even know the name of Tesla. If Tesla was a petrol car, it was just a petrol car and it did not have all its AI and all these systems in place, would people buy it? brand name कैसे बनता है? Brand name तब बनता है when you are exponentially better than all the other competitions. Now, of course, you have the advantage that you already are an established brand name, but of course, you can take things to the next level. And Apple is a very good company. That is an example of this. It's a brand name that's existing for 40 years, but every time they try to come out with something innovative, hai ki nahi, that's a arguable point, but their customers think they are innovative. Apple's customers do think they are innovative, right? In fact, if you put something, just an Apple logo on top of anything, they'll get excited. That's how Apple customers are. So, activity, list some existing products in your industries that you can adapt, improve, and start providing yourselves.